Hi everyone. My name is Rachel Oberst, and I decided to start my story of me at Nitsan Nursery School. This is where I went to preschool, and I have always had a strong connection to this place because it is my temple, and I have always loved my preschool teachers that I had there. Um, and they are part of the reason that I wanted to become a preschool teacher in the first place. I also still have a lot of strong connections there today, which you will hear about. So, my next school that I'm going to is Concord Magnet School, which is actually not the school that it was when I was there. I went to Columbus Magnet School, which was a K through 5. I went there for elementary school, and since then they've changed the name and changed the building a lot, actually. So this is just on the side is a picture of what the school looked like when I went there. And I really loved it there, and I loved my teachers that I had, most of them at least. And they all helped me grow into wanting to become a teacher and wanting to have this passion. Next, I'm bringing us to West Rocks Middle School. This is still the same school as when I went there, and I didn't always love it there, but it was a great experience. And this is actually one of the places that science impacted my life. And in eighth grade, I believe it was, they had a group science fair thing, and my group ended up being able to be one of the finalists for the state. So we had to go to one of the high schools in our area and compete all day in different tasks in order to see what group would be the winner for our state. Unfortunately, my group didn't end up winning, but it was a lot of fun and it really made me enjoy science. The next place I have is the Wilton YMCA. This is where I first started teaching or being a camp counselor, really, but sometimes with the younger kids, it's always just teaching anyways. Um, And it really made me fall in love with it. That's a picture of me in one of my groups that I had one summer. And I worked there for 3 or 4 years before COVID hit, and then I couldn't work there anymore, unfortunately. The next place is King School. This is where I went to high school. It is a private school in Stamford, which was a couple towns over from where I lived. Um, but this is also another place where science impacted my life. I really loved, or I took an honors environmental science class in my junior year, and I really, really loved the teacher that we had. He also happened to be one of my volleyball coaches. And he always made the classroom such a great environment. And everyone looked forward to it. Unfortunately, COVID hit during the middle of the year, and he still like made the class such a fun experience and interesting, even though it was online. And it just made me have such an appreciation for science and what he was teaching us and just him as a teacher. My next place is back to Nitsan Nursery School. So I actually ended up working there. I just completed my fourth summer there and I absolutely love it. I work with kids um around 3 to 5. It changes every summer though. And I truly have fallen in love with working with preschool there. And the fact that I may not be going back is truly insane. And it's been a part of my life since I went to preschool. So now having students there start their life where I did and me being able to teach them is truly something wonderful that I would not want to give up. The next place that I have is Allegheny College, where I graduated in May with a bachelor's of psychology. I truly love my time there. This is a picture of me and my other three roommates from last year who I love so dearly. And it was a small school, only about 2,000 kids. So everyone was really close, and it truly made it such a special place. I also had a minor in education at this school, and I loved being able to what I was able to do there. That brings me to my next place, which is Meadville Cooperative Preschool. So during my junior year at Allegheny, I completed a student internship kind of at this preschool, and it was a great year, and I absolutely loved doing it. And it made my experience at Allegheny 10 times better. And so then my senior year, I couldn't fathom not working with preschoolers throughout the year. So I went back and I interviewed for a job and I worked there for my senior year, which was amazing and I loved doing. And this is a picture with me and one of my coworkers, Miss Zoe, and then two of the girls that we worked with in one of my classrooms. It was a very small preschool, still only three classrooms, I believe. But it was such a amazing learning experience and such diverse students were there that it allowed me to grow as a teacher and really hope and really start to find myself teaching. My next place is University of Pittsburgh, where I'm getting my where I'm in the Primary Plus program to get my teaching certification for pre-K to fourth grade. Obviously, coming from a small school of about 2,000 kids, this is a very big change, but I am so excited to live here and to go to school here. And for everything that I know Pittsburgh can give me. I've always been always loved Pittsburgh, and being able to come to school here now is truly amazing. So I'm very excited for that. And then that brings us to Beechwood Elementary School, where I have two placements this year. The first is in this small little back corner. Um, it's the preschool that I'm working in 3 days a week this semester, and I love it. My mentor teacher is so nice and so helpful, and it has been great so far. And then I also have a placement in the elementary school itself in a second grade classroom, which I was scared about, this being my first time in an elementary class, but I have loved it so far, and I only go in there once a week, but it has definitely been very helpful for my learning. Thank you so much.